guys, welcome back to the Team Him channel. I'm here with Pepper. Actually, I'm here with Pepper as in, he's the main one talking today, guys.
He's the seasoning salt tonight.
Yeah, that's... What? I guess so.
He adds flavor to what I was originally going to do by myself. Because I told him that I was going to do this project, and he's like, cool, I want in on this.
I do. It sounded like a pretty cool project, so I wanted to be a part of it. So, hi, guys.
Anyway, so basically, I was coming up with an idea the other day of looking at like the new 50 card rule for decks, and at first I was trying to figure out exactly what to put in certain decks. I figured some of them are really easy. You'll see later what I meant. And then there's other decks where I'm just looking through and I'm like, there's like no one's ever like made a comprehensive list of generic cards as of set 13 when we're recording this of, you know, for Brandt Gate specifically. Preface this whole thing on, if you don't care about Brandt Gate, like, share, and subscribe. Have a nice day. Go play a different clan, whatever. Wait for one of the other ones to go talk about their Keter builds or their generic
I feel like that was a direct attack on me because I like Keter. Rude.
Yeah. Anywho, so today is going to be a very quick class session in Brandt Gate generics that you could just pretty much throw into any Brandt Gate deck out there to a point. And just some ideas that I've been toying with. And if our editor so deigns, we'll have like right over here by the screen, we should have like a quick little like blurb of the card that'll pop up. That way you can follow along at home with us.
We're hoping.
We're hoping.
Kalvin, we love you.
Anywho, okay. So first thing that we're going to talk about is everyone's favorite card, Bulble Mine.
What's Bulble Mine?
Oh my god, I literally got angry for a moment right there.
Sorry guys, I'm in class. I don't really know Brandt Gate all that much, except Starvaders, because of a certain someone. Yep, right there. Mm-hmm.
Mama Blue Blue. So, this entire video is about Bulble Mine now. Thank you, like, share, and subscribe, and come watch us for more fun videos. No, but in seriousness, of course, everyone knows if you play Brandt Gate, Bulble Mine. You want soul, you want counter charge, cool. You want Bulble Mine. If your deck is like perfectly fine tuned and you know exactly what you want to do in that deck, and the 50 card rule came up, go like, well, crud. What do I do now? Throw in 4 Bulble Mine. There, you're done. It's the most easy thing to do. Its price went down, thank God.
Thank God.
Because, you know, back when it was like, what, like 10 to 15 bucks a pop? It's just like, hey, they're reprinting it! No.
Well, what do you feel are like the best decks that can utilize Bulble Mine just being thrown in for the 4 cards extra?
First thing that came to mind was Prison, because, you know, everything in that deck needs counterblast, everything needs soul.
Yeah.
And that's always been a big problem of theirs, is just not having enough resources.
I would like to think Vanguard would probably take advantage of it too.
Oh, God, yeah.
Having the extra soul and the counterblast, not so much, but I feel the soul would be definitely useful.
Orphist. Oh my God. I haven't played Orphist since, like, geez, set 2. And then I just go like, it's not my thing. But even then I remember that it's like, oh God, to have room for 4 Bulble Mine, and then they just kept getting more support, and it's like, well, we have to either make more Shadow Army tokens or Bulble Mine. Bob Bubble. So yeah, let's see.
Okay. I mean, those are some pretty good decks. What,
the big one, the one that's close in my heart, is Welstra. Everything needs counterblast. Everything needs soul. Oh my God. Bulble, and the fact that we got I keep calling him the trash can, Sortin, Blitz Assistant Sortin. He kind of fulfilled the same role.
He has a cheat sheet over there.
Shut up. Class is in such a...
My bad, I'm sorry.
Do not talk in front of the children right now. Thank you.
But isn't that what we're doing?
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Welstra needed as much counterblast or countercharge and soul charge as possible. Bulbaline fulfilled that role beautifully and literally just threw him in there. By the way, that deck profile is going to be coming up very soon. Anyway, so yeah, the easiest answer for what to throw in there, Bulbaline. Moving on. Okay, the next one I saw was another grade 1 Butterfly Diagram Repeater. She is a grade 1 that... Oh, God, why in my phone? Okay, she's grade 1 that when she's placed on rear guard, if your order zone has a set order, soul charge 1. And she gets 2k until end of turn. It's more soul charge. And she becomes a 10k booster on the whole thing of just on place. And if you're going to be going up against, say, prison, cool, just keep popping her back out. Oh, you placed her again. Refund that soul you just used. Whoop-de-doo. Real simple, and she's like, oh, she was a promo, but we can.
She's easy to get, guys. Don't
oh
worry.
yeah. Let's see. Next, we're gonna go into Muna, the horse girl that everyone loves. She just made so many Brandt Gate decks just pop off. Prison now can abuse her to get the extra draw off. Welstra can use it. Oh man, there was one or two others that I thought.
I mean, those two are pretty good like examples.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. Again, here's the card, guys.
Plus the fact,
big one right here.
Like not even just like the soul, not even just the spend soul to draw when something's called from the order zone. The fact that if you're running, most of the Brandt Gate decks are going to have different, like multiple set orders in there. Mm-hmm. And the fact that she becomes a 13k booster with resist, the resist makes such a good difference in this meta. Maybe not as much because Gandhi was kind of falling out of favor. Thank God. But resist is resist. You don't want to deal with, a Gandiva, a prison. Help me out here. Something else that's like massively retiring.
That massively retires? Oh, I know one. Eugene. I had to throw it in. I'm only here to trigger him, guys. I'm sorry. Continue your class.
Someday he'll get support. In like 2 years he'll get support. And then, rest in peace, Eugene. I miss you. Anywho, let's see. Who do we got next on the list?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Lloyd.
This guy.
The reason I was looking at him, just because, nothing to do with the Dragon Tree marker. That's, just a side thing. Cool. If you play Dragon Tree markers, awesome. Let me see real quick. I need to double check. We're quick with that ruling.
It's just what's really good about him is that you're able to check the top cards of your deck and able to call something in the same column. Yeah, it has to be in the same column, but you at least get to call. So for those that like to play like Paladin type of effects, the fact you have something like that in Brandt Gate is really cool.
And the only other condition besides its cost is just when you play a set order.
Which is Brandt Gate.
And there's only a few that out there, like, Prison, that it's only going to play one set order. Mm-hmm. But back then, but even then, their deck is already so compact, you're not going to be able to fit Lloyd in there. But, like, if you have a deck like, say, Gigant Arms, you have nothing but open counterblast. You want to go and find your arm? There you go. That's your free way of getting to him.
That seems pretty good to me.
All right. Next one, he's not going to be in the list, but a quick little side one. Go ahead, Makani. Free soul. You drop him down on the field, cool, soul charge 1. And then you can just immediately do his act ability, tuck him into soul. Oh, look, you don't have another Makani in soul. Unless you do. And so right there, you drop him down, put him in soul, you just gotten 2 soul.
Messiah appreciates that.
Yes. Anything that's going to be like critically dependent on your soul, Makani can just refund it really quickly. Let's see, we got one that apparently there was a little bit of controversy about when I originally talked about him. It was the Dissolving Heat monster Radab Bilo. His whole thing is just the more set order grades are in your set order zone, the bigger his boost will get at the cost of a Soul Blast.
Weren't you praising this in your previous deck profile?
And I had forgotten his name. I'm sorry. Do you want me to apologize?
Says this guy says this has to be played in your deck, and can't even remember the name of the deck profile.
I don't know half the names of my cards.
To be fair, some of these names are pretty difficult. I'm sure they will forgive you. I won't.
There's going to be that one guy out there who's going to be like, well, actually, if you look at the kanji, it actually makes plenty more sense because of Toho and their love of Matsu. I don't care.
I don't know where you went with that. Clearly he doesn't care.
No. I mean, heck, it's not on this list, but an example, Barbacoa or whatever, that video, grade 3. We'll have him put him up there real quick. That I was talking about. I always call him Barbacoa.
Barbacoa. That's true. You actually call it that.
Because it's a much more fun name. And who doesn't love Barbacoa? Vegetarians. That's who doesn't love Barbacoa.
What if we have a subscriber that's a vegetarian? You just called them out.
That is neither here nor there, sir. We don't need to alienate some of the population.
I think you should continue with the list before you get yourself more in trouble.
I'm adorable.
You are, and people love your deck profiles. Check out his hamster deck profile. It's actually pretty cool. But yes, what's the next one on the list?
The next one is it's not in the pile, but it is, let's see, Rough Trample Monster Mega Greg. He's the one that on boost, if you hit, countercharge.
Oh.
Yeah, you can drop him into pretty much anything that's going to need counterblast or countercharging, and everybody loves just on hit abilities because it causes on hit pressure, and
we're talking about for the overdress format, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, even in premium, if you could find a way to sneaking him in to potentially D-Police, I could see him running in there. Let me dream.
As your student, I am here to give you hell. Just remember that. And maybe some expertise.
You're more of a teacher's aide.
Yo, don't give me that power. Do not give me that power.
Yeah, he's good. Okay, next one. I'm gonna have to look at it. Oh yeah, show him off.
This guy.
Sky Pouncer. He's one of the new guys that just got released in, I believe it was set 13.
Not gonna lie, his artwork's pretty cool.
Right?
I like this artwork.
So he's a little expensive on his for his effect. The counterblast and soul blast on this, but then it's if you either had to discard a set order to pay for a cost, or if you damaged one of your orders, you can either pull it back from the drop zone to your hand, or just pull it from damage zone, and then if you do, you just put one from the top of your deck into your damage zone. So, because, God, before some of the new support we got with, say, Archite or especially B heroes, if you lose one of your researches or bases just to sheer dumb luck of just damaging it, well then there goes a portion of your deck. And for B heroes, if you somehow either to soul or to damage 2 bases, there goes one of your win conditions of giving Deos the extra crit. So it's an option. It's like I said, it's expensive cost, but it can potentially pull you out from an abyss. All right.
If you just want a dumb reason to play this card, the artwork's amazing.
The artwork is amazing.
You can just do that.
All right. Next, get the White Kitty, Synthetica.
This is a carbuncle to me, and you cannot change my mind. Continue.
So, Crystal Beast Synthetica, for all you old school Yu-Gi-Oh players, just
okay.
Don't act like you didn't.
Okay.
In the day. So for him, he's like all the other carbuncles, where just put either 2 cards that were in your ride deck from either, soul or your drop, put them back into the ride deck, and you can either get a set order from drop or 15k shield. Cool. If
They're
you are,
amazing.
there's only a few decks that are like dependent on keeping like this, like the right cards in your soul, like Vanguard with
the starter.
The starter.
Mm-hmm.
Anything almost. Is there anything else anyone really needs to have there? Not really.
Not at the time of recording, not that I can recall.
So yeah, so basically, if you've paid soul later on, and you're like, well, I dropped a set order. Here, let's just go drop in there, or use a 15k shield for a negligible cost.
20k. He gains 15 shield.
That is
20k shield.
That is true. So a 20k shield at the cost of just putting something into your ride deck that, who cares?
Exactly.
So yeah. So Kitty's great.
And then just a shout out to all the other nations, like these carbuncles. You will not change my mind.
I'm not trying to change your mind.
These carbuncles can be used in any of the nations, and they're amazing in their respective nations. Even like the Dragon Empire one, for example, it may not seem like a lot that you can call it, do the cost, and draw a card. But man, when you're trying to build a board and you're barely working with enough cards, that draw matters, for example. So don't overlook these in every nation. Definitely give them a try, for sure, before you decide that they're not good.
Yeah. I've never heard someone say. Okay, I've heard people say that the Dragon Empire one wasn't good, but like,
I've also heard people say that with this Lakeo one too. And
that
is
a lie.
That Soul Charge 2, guys.
That is a
Flagberg.
lie.
If you haven't seen my deck profile yet, I explained that Soul Charge 2 matters.
Yes.
And the 5K. Everyone forgets the 5K.
God, I remember how excited you were at that one Rose girl back in the day.
Oh yeah, when I had no soul, you call her the Soul Charge 2?
Yeah, and then you're just like.
Exactly.
Okay. Next one. We're going to start getting into... Oh, no, that's right. It's the penguin. The penguin.
Oh, is this the next one on the list?
Yeah.
All right, bet. I can show him now.
Yes. The penguin. Everyone loves him. When you pitch him, check top 5. If you find a set order, add it to hand. What more can we say? He's splashable in so many decks. And he's a penguin.
He also whips a lot too. There, I said it.
We were having fun, and then you
I had to tell the truth. I'm sorry. Truth bomb there. Every time I tried using this card, borrowing my fiance's Brandt Gate decks, whiff. So I wouldn't put in my 4.
But he's really good in Archive.
And you know what? Kudos to Archive. Kudos to her.
Someone finally said it. No one loves her like I do.
Anyway.
So before you got me off track there.
You're welcome.
All right. Now we're going to start getting into the stuff that even I was kind of like sideways looking at.
This one?
Yep.
All right.
We got
Blitz Order, guys.
Got L anti-waiver.
Yep. Blitz Order.
So at the low cost of, if there's a set order, just give a unit 15k power for a battle. And if your opponent superior rode something or strode into something this turn, make it 30k.
Yeah, because if the opponent's Vanguard is placed by card ability.
Okay, yeah. But I'm like, so any of the new glitter units, anything that strides, anything that, like Avant-Garde with Rick.
A very good example is against Youthberg when they do their when they do their revolve dress, and they go into their revolve form. That was being placed by card ability. You can use this to be a 30k shield.
And again, its cost is it doesn't exist. If you have a set order, you can have a 30k shield. We're building up to something with those. Keep that in mind. So the next one, it's not actually in the pile, but we'll show it. It's the Fluctuate Buster Barrage. It's the one where you just give a unit 10k power, then you choose 2 units from your drop that are grade 2 or more, call them to Guardian Circle. Most decks can somewhat capitalize because, okay, get 2 grade 2s. There you've got your, you've got an extra 10k on there. But what if you go into the Carbuncle? What if you're playing B hero and you get the shield hero? They still get the Carbuncle can get the extra shield power by paying its cost. No, that's already grade 1. Disregard all that. But still, shield hero or the cyclograde, whatever its name is from for monsters. It comes out with as a 10k shield. So you might not be able to pull out 2 of them, but still, almost anything you use it with, you can basically turn that plus 10k into a plus 10, plus a 15, plus another 5. So it's a 30k shield for next to nothing. So it's an interesting idea, and I've been toying with that because I want to use Blitz Orders. Blitz Orders, when I first heard about them, were just really cool ideas. Hold on, we have an invader. The mascot is trying to get our attention. Anyway, but yeah, ever since I first heard about Blitz Orders, I thought that they were really cool because it seems like something more like a tactical thing. 1 second. There he is. And I just like the idea of using more Blitz Orders, and hopefully once Diviners comes out, we'll have some better, better Blitz Orders, or maybe new rulings so we could use more Blitz Orders as opposed to just being like, I drop a ticket.
Yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. I wish we could use Blitz Orders more than once. I understand like keeping normal orders to once per turn, but Blitz Orders, they're meant to be defensive. Why are we restricted to 1 per turn?
Because the game's gonna go faster. Only fast. There's no slow. There's no slow in this dojo.
Apparently not.
Okay, so, after that, now we get to the reason why I was bringing some of those up. We got Lady Fencer of Bipolar Nebula. That one I'm actually gonna get the ruling because she has a. Hey, there she is. So, her first effect is when she attacks, if your drop is a Blitz Order, Soul Blast 1, and she gets 10k to the end of that battle. She becomes a 20k beater at the cost of a Soul Blast. And the second one, which I thought was the cooler bit of the effect, is that after she attacked a Vanguard, you counterblast 1 and bind her, and you search your deck for a grade 2 or greater Blitz Order that is not a Regalis piece, which there is only one of, and we'll get to that later. You reveal it and you put it into your hand. But if your drop already has a Blitz Order, instead, get a set order, and then just add it to your hand instead of a Blitz Order. So if your deck is reliant on certain set orders, like the B heroes, like monsters, Avant-Garde, anything that needs like a specific one, if you're going to be running like a Blitz Order or 2 and you happen to pop her off, you can deck thin for, exactly what you need to further your win con. And also just her artwork is amazing.
Yeah.
Like all of the Lady Fencers, I just love the archetype, and I'm sad that there's nothing more definitive to define them, and I still think that they should have made like a more Blitz Order focused deck that could have just used them all. And so,
they might in the future.
Right. And I mean,
because the design space they could go into.
And the cool thing about her is that she's kind of future proof. Because, you can't get a Regalis piece that's, higher than grade 2. But if they keep making more Blitz Orders, they might make one that's really good. And she's splashable because she's not archetype restricted.
That's
so
true.
I just like cards that have potential. Are they immediate? Maybe not. But who knows? The future holds many mysteries.
All new possibilities.
Indeed. Okay. Another one that's not in the pile is Melt Change Monster Alcidarian.
If it's not in the pile, then what am I doing here?
You're the arm candy.
Oh. Okay.
Right? Look at this. Look at this face.
Go back to the list.
Okay. Yeah. Melt Change Monster Alcidarian. Whatever. I can't pronounce her name right. But her effect is on place, you draw a card, and you discard a card. There's really nothing fancy about it, but if you need a cycler card or you want to purposely discard something to activate effects, like monsters have the effects and she herself is a monster, she really actually helped me not win, but top in a Clash of Nations about a year ago. She pulled her weight just because I needed to cycle through the deck so much just to find pieces to deal with like Roroa or try and hold my own against Gandiva. And yeah, that card really pulls through.
And it's a generic monster card?
It is a generic monster card. It has no restrictions. It just says, on place, draw, drop.
Oh.
She is so good.
That's cool.
Yep. Okay. Next one that's also not on the list, so just sit there and, look pretty. One moment. Operate Master Freiheit. The one that, to me, actually made Wellstra playable. Because on placement, you counterblast, search your deck for either the Freiheit's maximum, set order, or get a Persona Ride target.
Is that the one you have to counterblast and discard?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
okay.
the thing is, the fact that he is not tied to Wellstra.
That's true.
So if you need to like deck thin out any kind of Persona Ride in Brandt Gate, he's your man.
I did use it on Vanguard. It's
pretty
nice.
Oh yeah, he pulls his weight. Mm-hmm. The second effect is only useful if you're going to be playing Blitz, because
isn't it Soul Blast 2 operate?
Yep. And now with all the new Bulba Mines and the trash can, you have a lot more resources. That's so true. Your favorite the accountant guy who's had the whole look on his face, then it's like no, don't worry, your job's a little bit easier. Because
as an accountant by trade, I don't know how to feel about that comment.
What? You just get free money from
That's
somewhere.
That's not how accounting
money
works.
just appears.
Okay.
Okay. Next one.
Oh, is this in the pile?
No. Refablishment Dock. Just, to me, it can be splashable into most decks, where you can just get what?
We are not organized.
Don't tell him that, because we're trying to maintain like an air of professionalism.
Oh, are we? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Professionalism.
At its finest.
Here at Team Ham, we only provide you the freshest in trash cards.
We only give you the highest quality hot takes. Here.
Where other people, they give you some baloney, we give you ham. I'm going to hell.
Anyway.
So, Refablishment Dock. In case you've heard me talk about it on stop making me laugh. On Gig and Arms, on back in the day with Ava, with Gravidia, anything that's got a whole bunch of grade 2s, you can now boost with them. But also, counterblast 1 on placement, you get your free draw. And, it's a spoiler because it's the next card, but yeah, we are going to talk about it.
We have a card in the pile?
Shut up.
Oh, bad.
I know. Well, show it off.
Professionalism.
It's habitable zone. And for one, let me gush for a moment. I love his artwork so much.
It's kind of like Lady Fencer in a way.
He's totally not a Star Vader. He's not. But yeah, we all know about like how the cyclers are just so good because you can pitch him the Soul Blast and then draw and put him on the bottom of the deck. But even better than that is his on a Persona Ride turn, you call him out, counterblast, go through your deck, get a set order, and now you can play 2 set orders for that turn, or just play 2 orders for that turn. That in of itself, I remember when it first got announced, oh my god, everyone's like, you can play 2?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Orphis now can, put out multiple worlds in a turn, or, multiple bases for B heroes.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, he's he's just so good, and I'm on the one hand I'm sad that his value is never going to go down, so he's always going to be expensive. But
is he really expensive right now?
Jeez, I think he's like 12.
That's not expensive.
Yeah.
When you say expensive, I'm thinking like a $30 plus card.
Oh God!
Please tell me in the comments if you agree with me. An expensive card is something that's over $25.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but if it's over $25, it's got to be something really good. Like,
I'm just saying.
like a promo on the first week.
Now, if you're like working on a budget, then yeah, $12 might be expensive for sure.
Yeah,
but it just depends what you're working with.
True. My whole point was just that, like, since everyone likes playing Habitable Zone, one of his best targets is the refurbishment dock. Mm-hmm. So it's basically you paid a counterblast to go tutor out a specific set order. You play it for free.
Yep.
So you don't have to pay that counterblast. You still get to draw, and now you can boost with grade 2s. You just pull him to the back and put your important grade 2 in front of him, and you just get a 10k booster.
That a lot of decks can't really get rid of. It's just going to sit back there as a 10k booster.
And as of this recording, there is no way of getting rid of set orders. No matter what some people would say would make Brandt Gate way more balanced for certain play styles.
I'm
looking at you because other Team Ham members who have made this statement are not here for me to glare at.
Thank you. At least you're honest. Thank you.
I'm always honest. Don't. Just don't.
I won't.
Thank you.
I won't.
Because, we don't need the kids to see us fighting.
Mom, Dad, he's not fighting.
Okay. Next one is also in the pile.
Is it this one?
Yep.
All right, bet.
Solid Sturmer. Let me see. I know that like, oh, you said that the card's really good, but you don't even remember the card is. Okay, yeah. So just when you play a set order from hand, he gets 5k till end of turn, and then you look at the top 5 of your deck, choose a set order from among them, add to your hand.
So he's a free searcher that you can add in your 4 cards.
Legitimately free. And he works with any set order, and hey, he becomes a 15k beater. Mm-hmm. As long as you just played any kind of set order, and he's dirt cheap, and he's a budget option for something that's going to be coming up in just a second. But yeah, he's good.
He's also mechas. For those people out there that want a reason to run this card, he's a mecha.
There were so many good mecha cards that got released over the past year or so.
Like, I'm not the biggest person on mechas personally. Like, I like my fair share of Gundams and stuff like that, right? But when I see artwork like this, it's like, also, I just want to run this.
Also, with some of the others that are going to be, 1 or 2 that are coming up later.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Yeah. Jeez. I'm just like, there's so much detail put into it, and it's not even like D-Plays, which is just, like Voltron-esque or something like that, or even, it's more Nova Grappler artwork. It just looks so good, and I've never been a big fan of Nova Grappler, even though I will admit their art is insane. I love it. All right. Next of all, we got another generic guy that everyone likes. Versatile Assembler. So yeah, for him, pulling him out because he's right here. No, I'm not going to get that. Yay. Okay, so when he's placed on rear, just soul boss 1, check top 7, get a set order, and just put it to your hand. Cool. For a low cost of a soul blast, because most decks can afford that with no big deal.
And if you're running Boba Mine, like we mentioned earlier, or some of the other cards that soul charge, even easier.
Payment made.
Mm-hmm.
And then his other one is when an order is placed, when a unit is placed on rear by a card's ability, he gets boost. So if you superior call something, either by your own effects, by a prison, by products for Blitz, he's now a 10k booster. But the thing is, he kind of took the place of the Penguin monster, just because. Yeah, you have to pay a soul to use it, but you get to check 7 as opposed to 5. And the 10k booster, you can't go wrong with it. It's just good.
All right. And just real quick, And comparing to the penguin, like you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a body that stays on the field.
That is
the
true.
Penguin, you have to discard it to do his skills. So, me personally, I like units that are like bodies that I can have on the board, or like cards I can like actually just keep. Because if I do cards like the Penguin and I say I ditch it to Surge, I'll feel really bad if I whiff that Surge. And at least with this, it's on the board, if nothing else.
And if you don't get to call something, it's still a 10k swing.
Yep.
It's something.
Yep.
And you're also not locked into being on like grade 3 or anything. So on your grade 2 turn,
Vanguard.
grade 2 turn, start digging. All right, now we have a card that, oh man, I love this card for a long time. The Abent Robust.
Another cool mecha card.
Right? That sword is so cool. God, I'm nerding out over that. Jesus Christ.
We're all nerds here.
But yeah, for him, it's on place, counterblast, check, or go through your deck, get a set order. Then you basically put that kind of like in the ephemeral. Then you point to a set order that's already been placed, and so it's the same name, cool, added hand. So back in the day, I ran him in Monsters, in B Heroes, just to find those cards where it's like, no, I have to have this card. I don't care about the counterblast cost. I need to have the card in order to play the deck. And thankfully, both of those two sets now have ways around that. So he's kind of fallen by the wayside, but he is a budget option. Plus, he also gets 10k. What was it?
When he attacks, you choose 2 set orders if they're the same name. He gets 10.
So he's a 20k beater. If you're playing like say Monsters, 2 torrential research. There, that was a 20k beater.
Now imagine on a turn you persona array, you call habitable zone, you search for the set order, and you search for a copy that's already on the board. You can play the order, then you can always guarantee have his +10 as well.
Yeah.
So these cards that we're suggesting, they also work together. So you could do like a 2-2 split as well.
Oh yeah.
You can do a 3-1. It doesn't have to be just 4 of one and that's it.
Oh no.
It just depends what your deck is trying to do. It's just ideas to throw out there.
Yeah. All right.
That's such cool artwork.
The next one I had to reread a few times to just make sure that I got it right. Taser Large. I don't want to call her Lunge. She is Taser Large. She is very large. She's a very...
But it's missing an R.
Good for the R. So basically, for her, the easy way of translating her effect is if something is called not from hand, you can, once per turn, stun it. Basically, if something was superior called, you can choose one, stun it. Just rest it. It can really mess up turns. It can, like, if you're going to be going up against, like, Zorga and they call out the Prison Dragon, rest it. Oh, no. They just wasted that. And another thing, as I said earlier with Mega Grogio, she's also a distraction target. People will be more focused on that, and I've seen this happen. They'll be like, okay, I'm planning around her. Not even paying attention. Like, they might not be paying attention to what's going on the other side, where you could be like setting something else up that they're so focused on, well, this is going to stop my multi-attack turn. She's just good, and she's generic. You can run her in anything. So yeah, I like her. I ran her in Premium D-Police, as a lot of us did.
It's so annoying.
It really is,
so
and
annoying.
I love it. I love her so much. All right, one of my other favorite cards, Egbert. Egbird, Elbard,
X-Striker.
Yep. To me, he fit so many side purposes. He can become a 15k booster at the cost of a Soul Blast, and let me double check 1 second on that.
Oh, the remove OT effect?
Yeah, because if he's on the back row and you basically remove from play the over trigger, your front row gets 5k just for him existing. Plus the whole, if you guard with him, or if you're swinging with him, if your opponent checked the trigger, hey, now they have to get 1 more, or now he's an extra 10k. He is also really good with that one set order, the
docking,
the Fluctuate Buster Barrage. Because since he's a grade 3, he's grade 2 or higher, you can just call him out, and cool, he's another 10k shield out there. For again, no cost for the 10k shield or 10k power. So yeah, I love him. And now that I'm actually gonna be running him in a few things. Another one that we don't have is Erosion Demon monster, not a Galbus. For him, he is a generic monster that on hit, you draw a card and you put, if I'm remembering right, you draw a card, take one from hand, put it to soul. He's generic. He's on hit pressure. He lets you draw, and he helps fuel the soul. He's just good.
You sure that's what he does?
It's something like that.
You don't have it pulled up on your phone?
No, because I know it all.
Okay. I trust you.
Cool.
I don't know Brandt Gate that well. I just know Vanguard.
Plus, he's also really good in Archive, since monster. And he can really filter out some stuff. Oh yeah. Last card that I wanted to talk about that I actually don't have, that someone was supposed to pull out for me.
Sorry, distracted with a cat. Go on.
Pull up.
It's the Evergreen Transfer.
Thank you, Transfer. I couldn't remember that second part. Another good Blitz Order where at the cost of a soul, you give unit being attacked 25k power for that battle, and for the whole turn, it gets the red text that if something basically gets the over trigger and gets a plus 100 million, it loses one crit. It's more Blitz Orders that you can use potentially with the Lady Fencer, and really with the new spaces that got opened up, that was one of the first things I looked at, because a free 20 at the cost of a soul, a 25k shield is just good no matter which way you look at it.
And if your deck's not using like Forbidal, or it's not using Chalice for examples because they're Regardless pieces, that's always an easy to slip into a deck Regardless piece. I know I use it in a few decks and it's actually saved me.
And because
matters.
Because especially when you're dealing with something that's say for Dragon Empire, if they hit the Dragon Empire OT, oh no, the Vanguard gets to restand. You didn't hit a crit. Oops. Or even gonna harp on them again. For Dragon Empire, if they got Esperidia, and it's gonna keep keep restanding, and you're just gonna give it the upcoming Shiranui, the restanders, in that whole thing. Because you can give them the 100 million with the red OT.
Right. And
they're just going to keep restanding. No. You get -1 crit. So unless you hit crits, SOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much my whole list of, oh my god, why are you so fluffy?
Well, thanks guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this little video. It went a lot longer than we were anticipating, but hopefully you got some good information out of it. Hopefully you like this type of content. Let us know in the comments below. We both definitely read the comments, so don't be afraid. You can be as nice or as mean as you want.
Please don't be mean. I'll cry.
We constructive criticism or anything like that. I mean, in the end, we just do these videos to not only have fun with it, but to spread ideas that we're having amongst ourselves with people who might not have thought some of these ideas. If you already had these ideas, well then cool. Hopefully you give them a shot. If you haven't thought of the ideas, cool. The video had a purpose.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, all joking aside, we are here to educate. We want more people to have fun with this game, and I feel the more you can educate, the better the player base becomes. There is no benefit in uneducated players in this. That's why we want to learn and teach.
Learn for sure. Teach. As you saw, we get distracted easily when we're together. So
no, we don't.
Are you sure? I think
yes. So. I don't know. As long as we've entertained you, that's the true end goal of this whole thing, because we are craving of attention.
He is.
I
get enough. I'm okay. Anyway, thanks again, guys. If you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, liking the video, and then subscribing to the channel helps us out a lot.
Gives us that nice little endorphin boost.
That's true. It does.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, when I see those numbers go up, I'm just like, they like us. They actually like
for you. Actually,
that blows my mind. Why do you people know me?
Do you not hear your? You know what?
No.
Anyway, good night, guys.
Whoa, we're in a room.
Good night. We're done.